What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you a new series to the channel. New to the channel, but I'm sure it's not new to you. It's the Start Bench Cut series. So let's get into it, guys. So I have three players for you: Rudy Gobert, Jarrett Allen, DeAndre Ayton. Start bench cut, and we're gonna forget about contracts. Forget about contracts. We can keep age. Age does play a factor, but forget about contracts. We're an expansion team. We got these guys. Three of these guys are offered to us by the commissioner, and we got to choose. We have our own choice. So comment down below, who would you choose in the situation? Who would you start? Who would you bench? And who would you cut out of these three guys? And I have more coming. I wanted to come with the big man first, do something a little different. Um, normally the guards and the forwards and the big name, LeBron, KD, Giannis, all that stuff. Those guys are the more popular ones. But let's start something new, start something fresh, and I want to start with the big man. So let's start with the big. Let's start with the elder statesman of this group. That's Rudy Gobert, 31 years old, 7'1", wingspan 7'9", been in the league for a good little while now. He's also the most accomplished from his team, from his group. Also, he's a former three-time Defensive Player of the Year. Also, one of the most maligned big men and underrated big men in the past 10 years. Also, he to me is one of the best big men of all time. As far as the defense goes, got Hakeem Olajuwon's and all the other guys as well you can throw in, but I think he creeps into that top 10 of best centers defensively of all time. Alonzo Mourning's, all those guys, he's in there. He's in there somewhere. The Mutombos, all that good stuff. So, I'm not ranking him here. I'm not ranking him right now, but of all time. But I think he should be in there. He's one of the most impressively gifted, and also he shows on the court. He a three-time Defensive Player of the Year, and rightfully so. You can say Draymond maybe should have got one more of those, but I think Rudy has been very impressive throughout his career for the most part. But let's get to the numbers. I'm not really a numbers guy, and the numbers don't really factor into what I say, but to my actual thoughts. But let's talk about him a little bit. So last year, 2022-2023 season, his first year with the Timberwolves, in a very ridiculed trade by the Jazz and the Timberwolves gave up way too much for him. But he played 70 games, 13.4 points per game, 11.6 rebounds, uh, and the field goal percentage was 65.9%. Now, points, field goal percentage, and rebounds was the worst he's had for at least 5, 6 seasons. 2017, 2018 season and the 2018-2019 season was his worst as far as points, field goal percentage, and rebounds. So those 2 years are the main years where his numbers were kind of down. But come last season, after the big trade, he kind of had an off year. So the question is it him? Is it the age kicking in? He is now 31, just turned 31 in June. But is it Cat? The main thing is it him or is it Karl Anthony Towns? And that's what we got to figure out. So me personally, the only way to figure that out is you got to trade Cat. And I've been saying it from the all season. I did a prediction video on him going to the Trailblazers. I think him to the Knicks was possible. As of right now, I'm not too sure about that one. The rumor is the Knicks don't want that big contract that Cat brings with him. Maybe the Mavericks sign a trade for him. But I think eventually, sometime during this season, off-season trade deadline, Cat has to go so you can see what AE has, Anthony Edwards, and you can see what Rudy Gobert has left. So, I think I would hope the Timberwolves would want to get rid of Rudy Gobert, but they can't. And the guy settle to go for a guy like Cat. So, but we'll see where it goes with Rudy. Like I said, last year was a little down year. Play a lot of games, play a bunch of games, but the numbers weren't quite there. And the question is why? Because Cat was out for a good little while too. Cat had a couple injuries last year that kind of kept him out. So is it a down spiral now for the Frenchman, or is it just a weird, strange year with a new team? So We got to figure that out for Rudy Gobert when we talk about for this upcoming season. Next, and I guess we're gonna go in uh, order as far as accomplishments goes, and that's DeAndre Ayton. No All Stars, but he has led his team or been a part of his team going to the finals. Had some deep playoff runs. Been in the league for a couple years now. Only 24 years old. Been in the league for 5 years, going on 6, and he's outside of Rudy Gobert, he's also underrated and heavily maligned center by fans, by coworkers, by his peers, but also it's kind of on himself too. He should be a lot better than what he is. And the crazy thing is, what he's shown us, he's been great. he's been pretty good, but he can play even better, and that's the wild part about it. But uh, last year, 2022-2023 season, he played 67 games, 18 points a game, which was second highest in his career. Field goal percentage was kind of low. Well, it was okay. It was 58.9, pushing 60. Um, 3-point percentage was almost 30%. Rebounds 10 per game. So that's what he brings you. And he's a mobile big man. The thing is with him, he just gotta have a motor. That's the thing. If he had a motor like some of these other guys and really gave a darn, it'll be like, bruh, his potential through the roof. He went number one, pick one in the draft 2018 for a daggone reason, but and he shows it in certain times, but it's like, man, he's right there on the cusp of being great if he just gets his mindset right. And it's all about, and it feels like, well, a lot of players, it's all about mindset. Are you here for money? Are you here for the wins? Are you here for just for your self goals, or what? And it seems like right now, in certain moments, because the camera's always on. And I remember when I played football, I was a lazy some gun. I started, got playing time, got offers, but my coach always told me when I slacked off, the camera's always on, especially when you're in the NBA, when you're in the pro leagues. The camera's always on. The camera always finds you, always sees you, and we see Ayton lacking all the time. So it's like, man, does he really want it? But as far as the numbers goes, numbers are pretty good. As I said, he has the longest playoff run of these three guys in 2021-2022 season. Him and the Suns went to the finals. He was a key integral piece. So it was like, man, do you give up on Ayton now if you're the Suns? I know you got Bradley Beal and all those guys on those big contracts, but if you can get Ayton to get his mindset right, I think that will be a big difference if he plays up to par. Forget about numbers, because the contract is already there now. He already got paid, so he don't got to worry about that anymore. Just play. Just come out and play. And if Aiden gives you just aggressive, smart, high IQ, dialed in guy, is a problem. But the question is, can you get that from him? So that's the tough part about it. And going to the last guy, 25-year-old, 7'6" wingspan, Jarrett Allen, starting center for the Cleveland Cavaliers, had a good year last year. All-star, first-time All-star, and he's really been progressing since leaving the Brooklyn Nets in 2020-2021 season. Since joining the Cavs, every year has been up and up. He's been playing well. But last year, 14.2 points, field goal percentage 64.4, rebounds 9.8, so basically 10, about 1.1 blocks a game. He's pretty good. He's pretty good, better than what I thought he was with Brooklyn. So when he was traded to Cleveland, I'm like, okay, cool, they got somebody decent, but he's been stepping his game up as he's getting older the last couple of years. So that's great to see. Played in 68 games last year, and also he shares a floor with Evan Mobley. So the real question is, can he give you more if he's away from Evan Mobley? Jarrett Allen has been in the trade rumor, for the last couple months, and I'm sure he'll pick back up if the Cleveland Cavaliers are struggling around the trade deadline. And the Mavs are involved, a few other teams also, but mainly the Mavs. And the question is, without Evan Mobley now, with Allen being 25 years old, being more experienced, getting more to his game, can he give you more if he's solo? Because sharing the floor with Evan Mobley, who's another 7-footer big man with a lot of potential, more potential honestly than Allen does. Do they kind of limit each other? Because you see one game or a good stretch of games where Allen's going off, and you see a game here or there when Mobley goes completely off, and his scoring potential, his scoring prowess, his shooting range is more than Allen's is. Same as Ayton, So it's kind of comparable, kind of sort of Ayton and Mobley. I think Mobley is more fluid, but Ayton, not smaller, but he's a fluid big man also. More fluid than I think Gobert and Jarrett Allen are. So it's like, with what we've seen from Jarrett Allen, can he give us more? But if not, if he just gives us this, that's still fine. 14 and 10 on 65% for field goal percentage, that's not bad. With a block a game with decent defense, that's not bad. You can't be mad at it. So for me personally, to answer the question, start, bench, cut, it's a tough one. I would go with the potential of DeAndre Ayton. What he's been giving me the last couple years, especially last year, 18 and 10, you can't beat that. You can't beat that from a starting center. If you give me 18 and 10 and you can show up on defense, and be mobile, be a fluid and versatile big man defender, if you can do that and get your mindset right, Ayton is unstoppable, or he's a force. If not unstoppable, he's a strong force. Now, the tough one is going to be the bench and the cut one. That's going to be the tough one. I think starting Ayton is the most logical one. The bench one is going to be tough, but I gotta go with Gobert. His defense is, out of these three guys, is the best, hands down. He's a versatile big man. He's shown it. The awards are there. The play is there. And it's not too far off. Last year, I'm not sure what happened. Was it the cat fit? Was it the switch? Was it, just something new he couldn't get used to? This year, we're going to really see. And I want to see if Gobert can return to form as he did a couple years ago with the Utah Jazz, which is not that far off. Not like it was 5 years ago. It was just a year and a half, 2 years ago. So, and I really want to see it with Cat being gone. I hope they trade Cat this offseason so I can see Gobert shine again, or if he can shine again. And this scenario, I would have to cut Jarrett Allen, good up and coming player, but he just doesn't have enough for me personally to compare with, well, first off, him and Ayton are very comparable in their games and in their play style. So if you line them up side by side, I think Ayton is a little bit better. So Ayton starts there. Then for the bench role, okay, you already have Ayton. Do you need someone to back up just like him? Maybe, maybe not. But I would love the rebounding and I would love the defense, the all-world defense that Gobert can provide you if he's healthy, if he's in a good situation. So, and also, Ayton being the best shooter of this group, maybe Ayton can play the four a little bit. You never know. Be like as I said earlier, like an Evan Mobley style guy. And if you put him as a shooter next to Gobert, I know it's like Cat again, but Ayton would be more of a foul line mid-range guy. Maybe it could work out better than it would with Cat. So for me, I would start Ayton, bench Gobert, and cut Jarrett Allen. Tough one, but I think it's the most logical move. But let me know how you feel about it, guys. Fun video. Can't wait to do another one again. I got baseball, basketball, football coming for these start bench cuts. So that's it for video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.